Oh, there's lipstick all over this. That's gross. Hello guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really late, sorry. Today's video is going to be a slightly late new makeup releases, favorites, and fails for the month of January. So if you're new to this series, it's basically where I just go through all the new releases and new products I tried out during the month of January and just review them all in one go. It's a really good way for me to just smush everything into one video because I try a lot of new products every month and I just love giving you guys consolidated and very in-depth reviews, but in a one video setting. I'm in a really good mood today, so today is the right day to be filming. I got really good news last night, not gonna share it, but yeah, just in a really happy mood today, and I'm super excited to share with you guys a bunch of terrible products I tried, as well as some really good ones. I hate to say it, but January just really was not a hot month for a lot of products for me. I tried out quite a few things I didn't really enjoy, so I'm just gonna share with you guys a few things, and also some things I really did enjoy. So we're just gonna go through all the things I reviewed and tried out during the month of January. But first, I wanted to share with you guys 3 things that I have on my wish list right now. I create my wish list using ShopTagger. It's basically just an online service where you install a little browser button, and then whenever you find an item you want, you click the button, and then it saves that item to a list so it can notify you whenever the price drops, whenever there's a deal going on, or whenever it just comes back in stock. So I really enjoy using that. Number 1, the Hourglass foundation. So even though the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation is like not my favorite thing anymore, I still really want to try out this foundation just because it's Hourglass. So I have that one on my list. It is $56, so yeah, I would love for the price to go down on that one. Second thing on my wish list is the Sosu and Kaylee MUA palette, the Urban Bible palette. I think it's a really amazing indie brand, and Kaylee is one of my favorite YouTubers and Instagrammers. I love her work, and I would love to support this influencer collab. So I have this on my wish list as well. I'm hoping that maybe Beauty Bay will knock it down in price, or they'll start taking PayPal. That would be very helpful. Also, really high key into the Melt Blueprint stack right now. I really want to try some stuff from Melt Cosmetics. I've never tried any of their products. I have wanted to get either their Smoke Session palette or their Gemini palette, or both, or pretty much everything on their website. So I'm keeping an eye on them. Problem is, all the palettes seem to be out of stock right now, and it's just really hard to get your hands on stuff, so I'm waiting for that in-stock notification. Yeah, that's just a little snippet of what my wish list looks like right now. Hopefully I'll be able to get those products for you guys, but those are the new releases that really caught my eye, and I want to thank ShopTagger for sponsoring today's video. I love working with you guys. This is my 3rd video with them, and I just want to thank you guys, my subscribers, for yeah, that's the wish list right now, but make sure you guys go download ShopTagger using the link below. If you are anything like me and anything like the way I shop, you will freaking love this service. I swear to God. Without further ado, let's get right into the new makeup releases, favorites, and fails for the month of January. There were some bad things. Let's get real.
Oh, he needs some milk.
The first thing that I wanted to review for you guys is something I was super excited about because I thought this could just be a huge meme on my channel, but I tried out the Glamlite Pizza palette during January. I think I ordered this one actually in December, but it arrived in like early to mid-January. And I think I only posted one look using this palette on Instagram because I didn't really like how any of the other looks I did came out. So I think I did maybe 5 or 6 looks with this one in total before I just decided this is really not it for me. First of all, this layout though is amazing. There's a huge mirror as well. It's a really big palette, but you also have a really fun, just interesting to look at color scheme, and I think it's a cute idea for a palette. Also, they put pineapples on pizza. That's the correct way to do things. Yes, bitch. Also, Glamlite's an indie brand, so I gotta give them props for just like being creative and creating something new, not something we see all the time. And I was really shocked that I did not like the formula at all. The only color that I really actually liked in here was the shade Hot Sauce. It's a very bright, like hot neon orange. This is extremely bright and very pigmented, also pretty easy to blend. But then again, oranges normally aren't that hard to formulate. The rest of the colors in here, I just felt like were a little bit lackluster. The mattes in here were okay, I guess. I really did not like the yellow up here called Extra Cheese. I thought this would be a really nice, fun mustard yellow, but it literally just would not show up on my eyes. And the shimmers I felt were kind of lackluster. They didn't really pack that nice punch that I like in my shimmer shades, and I felt like they were just harder to pick up. And it was kind of weird because I felt like I'd seen a lot of really good reviews on the formula itself. I know Jeffree Star reviewed this one and he liked it a lot, so I just didn't really love this one. I think I'm gonna keep it and try and create some more looks with it because A, it was kind of expensive, but B, I like the concept of it. It just, the formula really wasn't there for me, and I don't know if that's a constant across all Glamlite products because I haven't tried them out, but I thought I was gonna really like this one and I just didn't. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so Shop Miss A, AOA Studio, came out with a bunch of new lashes. So I've tried their lashes before, didn't really love them, but then they came out with 3D faux mink lashes. So basically these are the like really glam, beautiful, lush, Instagram, expensive ass looking lashes, but for $1.55 each. So they were actually kind enough to send me the whole collection. I did try all of the styles and I found some that I really, really liked and I found some that I really just wasn't a fan of. So these are kind of hit and miss for me. Now they are $1.55, so they're not gonna be like super expensive silk lashes or anything, but I feel like they are really, really good quality for the price. Honestly, I don't know how they made lashes of this quality for the price point, but I'm gonna go through the ones I really enjoyed and the ones I really didn't. So right now on my eyes, I am wearing the style Sonia. I like these a lot. They're a little bit wispier. I feel like these are kind of similar to the Lily lashes in Miami. My personal favorite styles are Jean, Jackie, Shelby, Yoni,
Laurel,
Tori, and Gaia. I felt like with these ones, the lash band was really nice and thin, very flexible, and the hairs were super soft as well. I don't think they're the most durable lashes, so I feel like I could probably get like maybe 15 wears out of these ones, whereas normally I try to go for like 30 plus because I'm disgusting. But these ones I really like and I definitely will be repurchasing because I feel like they're really good, like multi-purpose lashes, and they're super inexpensive. The only ones I tried out that I really did not love were Carlene and Vanessa. I felt like these ones just looked a little bit too artificial for me and just were kind of stiff. The lash band was a little bit plasticky, whereas the other ones I felt like were a bit more flexible, which is weird because they're the same material, but these are not my favorites. The rest though, I feel like really, really happy with these ones so far. So definitely will be repurchasing these ones once I get my use out of them, but seeing how I have like a mountain of lashes right now, probably won't happen anytime soon. Okay, so I have not liked a single mini Natasha Denona product that I've tried out from them, but yet I still keep buying them, because I make great decisions. So Natasha recently released the Mini Diamond and Glow. I know she's been releasing a lot of her mini palettes, but I've just decided no more of those because I really do not like them. The Diamond and Glow I was really excited to try out just because I really wanted that bigger palette, so I figured it would be a good way to try them out. I'm really glad that I didn't buy the big palette because I don't like this formula at all. I also tried out the Blush and Glow from last year. Really wasn't a fan of the blush in here, but the highlighter was fine. I just felt like they needed a bit more building up. In here though, I feel like it's just a really weird formula. First of all, this blush here, very, very shiny. It's definitely like a highlighter of a blush, so it's really pretty if you do like that dewy effect on your cheeks. I have to go in with a little bit less just because I have very light skin, so it looks super apparent. But also I felt like there really wasn't a lot of pink color payoff. It was just kind of a light pink highlighter. So if you like a bit more of a subtle highlighter, but in a pink tone shade, this could be it for you. But for me, it just didn't really function as a blush or a highlighter because it's too dark for me as a highlighter, but too pale and kind of weird for me as a blush, so yeah. But the diamond powder I was really excited to try out just because it was supposed to be like a very glittery, wet looking highlighter. I feel like it's a similar concept to the Fenty Diamond Glow that I really enjoy. However, this is a bit drier in texture and it just doesn't look as nice and wet on the skin. So this, I don't think it's like the worst thing I've tried out. I definitely would not return it. It was $19. I think I would pay like maybe a good 12 or 13 for it. So overall, it's not my favorite. If you don't like glittery highlighters, you will hate this with a passion. I'm okay with it and I'm gonna keep using it. I am wearing some of it on my cheeks today, but yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite, but I don't know. I'm not really sure where Natasha Denona is going with her little mini releases. I get that it's a good way to try things out, but I feel like the formulas haven't really been up to par. I literally have not tried a new foundation for the entire year, but I've tried 3 new concealers, which is wild. I really feel like 2019, at least the first month of it, has been the year of concealers. So I tried out the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. First, I want to say the shade range is amazing. I think it's like 50 plus shades of concealer, so that is awesome to see. Rihanna has been killing it consistently with her complexion releases, but honestly, I don't love the formula. I feel like with foundation, it's harder to get a formula that everyone's gonna like, and for me, the Pro Filter is a bit too matte. So I tried this one out, and I thought it was gonna be a good fit for me just because I can deal with matte concealers. I can deal with full coverage, very, very full coverage concealers. So I picked up the shade 130. The shade match is awesome. And one of my main gripes with the Fenty foundation was that it was very quick drying on the skin. So I would put it on, I'd have like maybe 30, 45 seconds tops to blend it out before it just completely dried out and became unworkable. This, I feel like there's a little bit more playtime, so it's a little bit less high stress to blend out and stuff, but I just don't love how this one looks on the skin. I felt like it looked really, really heavy, noticeable on the skin. There's definitely better full coverage concealers that I feel like, A, you're getting more product with, but I just don't love the formula of this one. I don't know what it was. It just didn't really last that well throughout the day either, and I felt like it just looked heavier and heavier progressively as I went through the day. So I'd probably give this one like a 6 out of 10, but I just think there's so many better concealers on the market, and this formula just really wasn't it for me. So I hope I don't get attacked because I didn't like a Fenty product, but
That's my opinion!
I just realized I gave a couple negative reviews in a row, so to pivot into something I actually really was incredibly impressed with. I think last week I did a video with Coastal Scents talking about their new Revealed Rouge palette, which I really, really loved. But I also wanted to try out some of their other shadows, especially some of their colorful eyeshadows, because this is something that they're definitely one of the more affordable brands for eyeshadows, so I definitely wanted to try out what they had to offer in terms of colorful shadows, because the eyeshadow queen. So I got a few of their singles in here. This is my little magnetic palette, and these are the shades that I got from their singles. Especially, I remember someone commented on my red video to try out Vibrant Red, which is their favorite, so I got it. But I also want to try out one of their pre-made palettes to see if there was a difference between the singles and then their regular eyeshadows. So this is the Creative Me eyeshadow palette, and beautiful, amazing, very bright color scheme. I am shooketh.
I am shooketh.
These are such an amazing formula. Granted, you do have to build them up a little bit more than like say the James Charles palette would, but these get so bright, they're extremely easy to blend out. Some of these shades are even better than Colourpop. Also, I think the formula is very consistent between the singles and their palettes. So I'll insert swatches, and you can probably see these do not swatch well at all, so you might be a little bit scared when you try them out because, first of all, bright shades don't tend to swatch the best sometimes, but these I felt like are a little bit harder pressed, so you do have to build them up a little bit more, but they still blend extremely easily, and they get to this beautiful state of vibrancy. So I'll insert a look that I did with this one because I really, really love that look. The singles are also beautiful. Obviously, they have a ton of different colors to choose from. I just picked the ones that really interested me the most. I definitely really like the red in here. The yellow layered on top of the white just creates the most beautiful, like, punchy impact. I also really like the shade here called Vibrant Plum. It's a really beautiful, like, kind of pinky toned purple. I don't really see a ton of shades like this, and I just nicked it with my finger. Awesome, love that. Definitely, I would say their mattes are the way to go. I'm not a huge person for their shimmers, but the mattes are insanely beautiful. So really, really impressed with these ones. Probably my favorite, like, affordable, colorful formula besides Colourpop. So that's saying a lot. I feel like it's been a long time since I've gotten some like new release lipsticks. Most of the time when I buy a new lipstick, it's probably from a line that's been out for a long time. So I think the last time I bought some new lipsticks was from the Kylie Cosmetics collection, and those have been out for like years. So I was really excited to try out the CIATE WonderWand lipsticks. They sent me the full collection, so I think I'm gonna try and do a giveaway with the shades I don't want. But these, first of all, beautiful packaging, definitely very sleek, and I just kind of like the skinnier lipsticks now. But these are really beautiful, just classic cream lipstick. I feel like we've gotten so into the whole like matte liquid lipsticks 24/7, which personally I do really love, but I really like these ones because they are kind of like a demi cream finish, so they have this like nice satiny feeling to them. Kind of feel very like balmy as well, so I felt like they were really nourishing and just really helped a lot with my dry winter lips. But these are probably the most long wearing like non-matte lipsticks I've tried out. I felt like I didn't really notice any feathering with them, and they're so like highly pigmented that I was really impressed that there wasn't any like slippage of them. My personal favorite shade is Wanderlust, the shade that I just showed you guys. It's this beautiful, just like mid-toned rosy nude. But these are probably one of the more hydrating formulas of just regular bullet lipsticks I've tried in a long time. So I'm really into these right now. I've been wearing them on like heavy makeup days like today, as well as like kind of no makeup days, and I've just been really enjoying them. So definitely would recommend these ones. I'm super excited about this release. I've been testing out the new beauty sponges from Shop Massé, and I'm so sorry. This is disgusting.
Bitch, disgusting.
I guess at least you know that I've been really using them a lot. But first, the two microfiber sponges that they came out. One of them is like this kind of angled shape, and then the other is a classic teardrop. Both completely dirty with foundation. And this is kind of that same like velvet texture sponge that's been going around, especially on like Instagram and Nikki tutorials. But basically, it's just this kind of like velvet microfiber sponge, and it's supposed to get like a ton more coverage out of your complexion products, which I thought was a really interesting concept. I definitely felt like this was able to take a smaller amount of product and get a lot more coverage out of it than you would normally have with a foam sponge, just because the little like microfiber I guess hairs or just like the velvet texture of it really helped to just spread everything out. It also makes it super, super hard to clean. So this sponge I haven't cleaned, so this is what it looks like dirty. This is what it looks like after you clean it. So I tried to clean this one this morning, and as you can see, there's a little bit of staining in here. I don't think there's actually like still makeup in the sponge. I just feel like it's been stained a lot by the complexion products. And I'm like really fair.
Not so pale.
And I'm like really fair, so I use obviously very light foundation, and the fact that it stained this much is a little bit concerning to me. But these are $1.55, and like they do a really nice job. So if you can get past the whole like looking at a slightly dirty looking sponge every day, I think you'll be fine with it. I do really like them, and I think it's a really interesting texture that I can't really describe in a way other than it feels like literal felt.
Does it feel good?
But I still do prefer the regular blender sponge. They just came out with the new like bright pink Wonder Blenders, and these, sorry, they're just the best. They're easier to clean, they're super soft. These are $1 each, the bomb. So I really enjoyed the Wonder Blender. I'm super happy that I did try out the microfiber ones, but I think I'll be sticking with my regular. I bet you were really confused when you saw this in the thumbnail. Plot twist. I've been trying out a few of the palettes from CCOLOR Cosmetics. I've had a lot of requests to try out some of their stuff. Basically, they just make dupe palettes of really like hyped up Instagram makeup brands and like YouTube makeup brands. So this is obviously the Nudie Patootie palette of the famous
Laura Lee coming through with the forecast.
This is their take on Life's a Drag. And they also came out with a dupe for the Lemonade palette. I still have the plastic insert on there just because I stab things with my nails on a regular basis. So I tried to keep the plastic in there and then just peel it back whenever I want to use the eyeshadows. But I was actually pleasantly surprised with these palettes. I felt like they were actually really nice formulas. And whenever I'm testing out like a dupe palette like this, I try and just compare the formula to any other eyeshadow, and I like to be kind of picky with palettes like this just because I don't want the formula to be, oh, it's good for the price. I want it to be like an actually good formula, and this I felt like was the best one of the bunch that I tried out. It is a neutral palette, but I felt like the colors in here really did pack that punch that sometimes you're lacking from like a more basic toned palette. Additionally, I'm sure you can see how extremely foiled these two shades look in the pan, but these show up beautifully on the eyes. I really have been using this palette a lot, so this kind of indicates to me that I probably would like the Nudie Patootie palette, the actual one, if I got it, but I'm pretty happy with this one. I think it's really pretty and the formula is awesome. The Dope 2, also known as the Life's Drag palette, kind of.
Literally so pigmented.
This is a good option as well if you want the same formula I just described in the Nudie Patootie one, but also more mattes and more colorful shades. So the neutrals are really good. The black and the white are surprisingly awesome. You get two nice shimmers in here. These are actually surprisingly like pretty foiled and stuff, but the colorful mattes in here I thought were really interesting, and I felt like they were actually a really nice formula. I wouldn't say that they're as good as like even Morphe. I feel like that's still a step above, but the yellow, actually pretty good. The red, very nice, and I wasn't allergic to it. And then this like kind of mint green blue down here, so pretty. So, and if you're wanting some really nice shimmers, this is the UNISEX 5. I believe it's a dupe of the Lemonade palette from Dominique. And in this one, I feel like it's a different formula. The shimmers are really nice, and then the mattes are not as good as the other ones, but this mint green shimmer down here is beautiful in the eyes. So yeah, wherever you stand on dupe palettes, I personally am kind of in the gray to maybe not the best thing zone, but the formula in these palettes is really nice, and I was not really expecting anything from them, so I was kind of extremely blown away by this. I've talked quite a bit about these in January, but I did review the P. Louise eyeshadow base and then the Secret Sinner palette during January. I meant to review it in December, but the buying experience happened, so there's that. But I just want to touch back in on these because these have probably been the best thing I tried in January. So much so that they've made it into like my daily makeup routine. I've been using the P. Louise base literally every day. I don't think I picked up my Urban Decay Primer Potion in about 2 weeks, which is crazy. I definitely like the just regular Rumour base over the white one. Really good, and for the price, probably the best eyeshadow base you can get. So you're also getting a ton of product in here, so it'll be a while before I have to reorder it, which is good because I hated my buying experience. I try not to introduce new products into my skincare routine that often, but I did try out the Kate Somerville Liquid EXIOLIKATE, which is a new release, I believe. And I started incorporating this as a toner. It's an AHA product, so it's going to be like a chemical exfoliant, which is basically it'll go on the molecular level and buff away things rather than going in with like a physical scrub and just like kind of being a bit more abrasive. So I felt like as far as like acid treatments go, this is actually pretty gentle. And I was hoping this was going to be able to reduce some of my acne, especially on my forehead and my chin. I don't feel like it really does that, but it definitely does do a really nice job with reducing textures. I use this one on my cheeks as well, and I felt like a lot of the texture I had in my highlighter area as well as, and then some texture I have on my forehead, I felt like this was really nice in getting rid of that. So if you do struggle with like little texture bumps on your cheeks or anywhere, honestly, I feel like this really gave me some results. In terms of acne, didn't really do anything. All right, and then the final product that I tried this month was the Deck of Scarlet edition number 12. I've been testing out their palettes for the past like few months or so every time they come out with a new one. They've been hit and miss for me. And honestly, this one is kind of a miss for me. I tried out the highlighter in the last Get Ready With Me that I did. It really was just lacking punch. The blush I'm wearing today, I feel like this is probably the strong suit of the palette. I felt like it was really just gorgeous on the cheeks. But then the eyeshadows, they're kind of dry. They're kind of unpigmented. They're kind of just not good. So given the fact that I really only like the blush in here, can't recommend the palette as a whole, which is unfortunate because I do like this company, but they've been doing me dirty. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments, did you try out any products this month that you actually liked? Because I felt like, I don't know, this was kind of a dud month for me. And I didn't really try out anything that I really just genuinely loved besides the P. Louise base. The Coastal Scents eyeshadows were awesome. But I felt like I tried a lot more duds this month than I normally do, especially after a really good December. I tried out so many like awesome products during December that January just kind of felt a little bit slow. So I'm hoping that February will be a bit more of a pickup. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed down below and also follow me on Instagram to see makeup looks like this Valentine's Day one posted semi-regularly. Thank you to Shop Tiger for sponsoring today's video. Definitely go check them out. I will put the link down below, but they are genuinely a service I use and shop with so often. And this is my third video with them, so you know I love the brand, but if you made it to the very end of this video, you get the bonus meme. I love you. Bye.
Do I look